How's it going, everyone? This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur, and welcome back to another video of Let's Play Mortal Online 2 Beta. And today we're running on version 0.1.0.93. The actual version is 0.1.0.95. The 9.5 is the additional patch that came out after the 9.3. Now 9.3 is it's another massive patch by SV, so now again it's another massive patch, so I'm not going to go through it because it's just going to take quite a long time. But if you want to have a look at the patch notes, you can find it in the description below. What is he doing? Alright, so today... Ooh. Okay, something's going on. What is... Yep, so players are having fun. I guess they're having fun even in the beta. And I'm actually playing as if the game has been released. You know, even though it's not, it's still in closed beta. But because, you know, many of us who are vets, you know, MO1 vets, enjoy the game so much, we decide to play it as if it's been released anyway. So, so yeah, today this is another game guide video, and so today I want to talk about the subject of your first priorities as a new character. So whether you are a completely new person to Mortal Online 2, or you're an existing MO1 vet, I think, you know, this is my take on what are the first priorities as, you know, as a new character in the game. And so, if you played the first game before, you probably know that's, you know, when you first start out, it's, you know, all about just training up your skills and, you know, finding, you know, just getting some gold and, you know, making your way in the world slowly as you go, and you know, and you know, the priorities in MO1 was different because the way things worked and the world, you know, the size of the world was very, very different back then. But now everything is different. You know, I came in and I thought that, you know, this game was just going to be just a bigger version of MO1. But as it turns out, you know, the more I played it, the more I realized that my first priorities would be much different. And so if you're a new player or, you know, existing vet, you may or may not know that your first priority as a new character is actually to get a mount as quickly as you can. You know, food is important and gold is important and training up your skills. These are all important things. However, the most important thing, in my opinion, is to get a mount as quickly as you can. Because in this game, you know, if you want to get anything done, you're going to need a mount that can take you from point A to B in the shortest amount of time, because this world is huge. I don't know if you've seen, you know, some of those videos of people traveling. You know, I know that Wolfsight, he did a video where he, you know, went from Meduli to Tindrum, and even though he fast forwarded the video, but at the end he showed that it took him 37 minutes just to walk, you know, on you know, normal running speed from Meduli to Tindrum. So it gives you an idea of how big this world is. I mean, in Mortal Online 1, it probably took maybe 10 minutes, maybe not even 10, to go by foot from Meduli to Tindrum. But in this game, it's, you know, completely different. So as you can see, you know, a lot of players have their own mounts. So when you're first starting out, what I would recommend is you find the librarian that sells the books that you'll need for, you know, to learn taming. So depending on which town you are, the librarians will be located in a different place. However, if you're in Meduli, you look for this librarian here. Now, I would call this the general librarian. You know, this is just what I call them, or the basic skills librarian. because his name is just librarian. It's like not anything descriptive. So if you go to so this guy, he sells all the general, pretty much a broad spectrum of skills, and you'll find domestication and taming. So domestication is the parent's skill for taming, and taming is the child's skill. So you'll need to buy this. You need to train this up first, domestication, and that costs 10 silver. And then after that, you can train taming, which is 2 gold and 50 silvers. And so now, if you're just starting out and you're trying to find ways to earn gold, and you're not in a guild, you can go to the graveyard that's located in every town. And one of the quickest ways you can earn money is at the graveyard. Go and hunt some undead. This guy's probably new. Okay, so go and kill some undead here, and their heads will give you 20 gold. So it's 20 silvers each. So you just have to hunt a few undead, and you will get the gold that you need. So if you're someone that's is willing to put in the hard yards, to put in the hard effort to make your way in this game, then you will find that the community will will look very positively on that, because I think this game is all about self-determination and being able to do things yourself, being self-sufficient, not in the sense that you can do everything yourself, but in the sense that you are someone who is not afraid to get your hands dirty, to to put your hand, to put your head down and work for the things that you need. I think a lot of players would be will look upon that in a positive way. So once you've trained up domestication first and then taming, then what you can do is, if you're in Meduli, then you can head out towards the east. Directly east of Meduli, you will find steep horses. Now, right now, there's only steep horses as far as I know. There may be others, but who is this? Could be a player killer. No, I think it's just a hauler. And I did hear on the help chat the other day, someone was saying, he was putting up a message to everyone saying that there's a caravan coming into MMORPG from whatever direction that he was saying. And I was very happy to see that, because it shows that players are already playing this game as if it was the release in persistent state, when it still isn't. But but right now I think some players are actually playing the game as if it's been released, and in some ways I am too, because what I'm doing now is what I'll be doing when persistence arrives. So this is not something that you just do once and then you never do it again. Going to tame mounts, going to farm for gold, earn gold, and crafting, and all these kinds of things. These are things that you'll be doing over and over again, because in this game, your possessions can be lost. Can be looted, it can be taken from you when you die, or when thievery arrives, someone can just steal it out of your pockets. So what I'm doing now is something that I will be doing when persistence arrives. Now, if you're wondering how far east, you just need to make sure that you can see the Meduli guard tower. So if you're wondering whether you should be more towards that side or that side, just as a general rule, just make sure that you can keep your eyes on when you turn west, the Meduli guard tower is just sort of more or less at the center. Then you just head east, as so, and very soon you will come across steep horses. And I should also point out that you need to watch out for bandits, because this area is bandit territory. And also, if you've played MO1, just be aware that the Razorbacks are aggressive. They will attack you on sight. And I found that out by running through them, running past them, and I got gored to death in a few hits. These Razorbacks in this game, they hit hard. In MO1, the Razorbacks probably didn't do much damage, but in MO2, they're deadly. Even the young Razorbacks can kill you in several hits. So just be aware of that. Once you have a mount, you can work towards taming another one, as many as you can, because mounts, I think in this game, will become a necessity, and a very, very valuable commodity. So if you can tame horses, not only are you going to be able to speed things up, but you are going to be able to make lots and lots of money. Because in this game, any horse is going to be valuable. Any horse is better than no horse. So you can imagine just how many people will be looking for horses. Everyone will be sort of looking for one. So if you can sell them to other players, then you can potentially make make a very nice tidy profit for yourself. Okay guys, we're back, and so I've had to just travel a little bit further to the east, because it seems like I've not traveled further enough. So if you travel out all the way towards this area, so if you can see this huge mountain here, and then there's another smaller mountain, and so that's to the south, and then to the north there should be an oasis, or should I say a body of water. So if you travel all the way out here, there should be a body of water to that side. Then over here you will see the steep horses. So you've got one here. Okay, and there should be some further to that side. And yeah, you should see quite a bit of them. Quite a number of steep horses. So I'll just tame this one. Okay, so if your skill's not high enough, they will run away. So you will need to make sure that your skill is high enough before you can successfully tame them. Okay, so once you've tamed a horse, the first thing that you should do is feed them, because their loyalty will be very low and their hunger will be high, so you want to make sure that you feed them. Now you can feed them wolf brushes. You can gather as much as you can, and then just what is that? Oh. Alright, anyway, I thought it was a mounted player. So now I've got a delicate cold bacillus soup. So I mix basil with just water that you can collect at the body of water over there. So you pick up maybe, to a ratio of 1 to 5, the basil and water, and then you use your... Oh, maybe I'll show you how to make it later. But first, let me just feed my horse. Yeah. Yeah, can't feed it. That's weird. I thought you could feed because in Mortal Online 1 you could feed them, but for some reason you can't. Pet isn't hungry. Okay. Well, that's weird. So anyway, once you've tamed a horse, you can ride them straight away. So I'll show you how to make now. It's strange that you can't feed them cold basil soup. That's strange. And if you need to do a sudden stop, you can just hit R. And if you need to dismount, hold down R, and you will just dismount. Now let's see whether we can feed. No, that's strange. You can't feed your horse the soup. Okay. But anyway, so. With different kinds of pets, you need to give them different kinds of food. So with horses, generally they like plants and I think vegetables. So if you can find, keratin or caviolo, then, I think they will, they will like that sort of food better. You can't feed them meat because they won't like it. Well, actually, maybe you can, but they won't like the food, and as a result, they won't. The effects of sating hunger will not be as great. Okay, so you can feed them water. All right. Well, how about if I? So human beings can drink the soup, but the horses can't, because that's. Back in MMO1, you could actually feed them soup, but it's weird in MMO2. Maybe they haven't implemented the ability to do so. Okay, so I'll just bring this horse back to town so I can stable it, and also I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I've reached 900 subscribers, I think a few weeks ago. I think it's 1 or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember exactly. And now I'm at about 912 subscribers, so thank you all so much for getting me, getting my channel subscriptions to this far. I never thought that I would get to get past such a big milestone, but I did, and so I'm very happy and very grateful to every single one of you who have supported my channel. And okay, and also when I wasn't recording, I was trying to find a steep horse, and this player rode up to me and looked at me for like a second or two, and then rode off again. And he was wearing much better gear, and he was mounted, and he had a big axe, and he didn't attack me. And then there was another occasion where the same guy rode up to me, and again, he looked at me for maybe a second or two, and then he rode off again. So now this player, he had every chance, and he could very well have taken me out, but for some reason he didn't do so. And so in my mind, I sort of thought there could be two reasons. One is that he just decided not to attack me on this occasion, or the fact that there is a one character system, and also there's a criminal system. You know, if you kill someone, the victim can give you a murder count. So I'm guessing it's the former reason. You know, it's the fact that it's that he just wasn't in the mood of. He just decided not to kill me on that occasion. However, I also think that there is a possibility that I think there's also a possibility that's that it's also due to the fact that it's a one character system. So everyone's kind of thinking twice now. So it could be that the one character system is actually making people think twice, and so it's actually making people hesitate. I think in MMO1, I think that player probably would have, ganked me out, took me out at right there and then, but with okay, so you click on your horse to stable, and okay, so. And you also got to. Okay, don't stand in the middle of the road. Now that everyone needs a mount. So now, one thing I did also need to point out is under domestication, you do have creature control. So if you find that you're running out of creature control points, then you may need to train up this skill. Now again, this is a primary, so unless you're planning to, control a, minotaur or some huge, massive beast, you probably won't need this skill at this, at an early stage. But as if you're planning to be a beast master or someone who uses a pet that requires lots of creature control points, then you may need this skill. And now again, I think you can find that skill in the general librarian. So let's go and have a look. And okay, so let me just see you. Let me just see this. Yeah, there you go, creature control. Alright, and so now one thing about Meduli, and I guess this is another thing with the the way resources are distributed throughout the world, is that I think Meduli doesn't really have a lot of abundant source of food for horses. Whereas in Fabenham, you'll find that you'll find carrots, you'll find vegetables, you'll find all kinds of food for pets. And so I think because Meduli is a very arid, very sort of desert kind of region, so I think the availability of food is not that great. However, it could also be that SV hasn't added, more variety of plants. So, maybe at some stage that SV will, add more plants, and then you can pick more different kinds of plants off the environment. And okay, so just for for those people who are in Meduli and they're heading out, just head east, directly east, and until you get to where I was telling you, where the two mountains and the the body of water, I think the oasis or something, the oasis to that side. Then when you see the springboks, you should more or less see the steep horses a bit further up. So you just need to keep heading that way, but don't head too far to that side or that side, because you may end up wandering off and you won't actually see steep horses. So just but just in this general area, and so you should be able to find the steep horses. So yeah, I think this is where I'll leave it. I don't want to make this video too long, but I think I've shown you quite a bit of how to, the first priorities as a new player. And I guess before I finish, it's also important to find food. Food for yourself is also another important priority. So I'll just show you how to cook without a heat source. So if you're going to cook something that's cold, like cold soup, then just put these two in the ingredients, and voila, you'll get the cold soup. Now I'm still not sure why you can't feed soup to the horse, because you could in MO1, but maybe it's because SV hasn't added the ability to do so yet. But so hopefully at some stage you will be able to feed soup to your horse, because the one of the most popular soups, horse soup in MO1, was the cold dial soup, and basically every player had a stash of that in their bank, because it was very effective. Just a tiny amount, a tiny quantity will sate the horse's hunger. It doesn't matter whether the hunger is at 600 or whatever. Just a small quantity will satisfy them. So I'm not quite sure why you can't give horses soup in this game yet. But hopefully at some stage we'll be able to give them soup, because I think a lot of MO1 vets will be coming in and thinking, I'll give them soup, and then they find out that the soup does not work yet. And of course you got training dummies here, so you can train. Alright. Okay, so I think this is where I'll leave it. So thank you very much for watching, and hope that you found this video useful. And as always, if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Look forward to seeing you next time. This is Fine Gaming Connoisseur, and thank you all once again for 900 subscribers. And here's to hope to reach 1,000 at some stage. And so thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.